Hi, my name's John Wright. I've tuned in. I should put my hat on. Hey, it looks like Iran's under attack. I'm watching this Iranian thing on YouTube. It looks like it's live right now. I am so pleased that what's happening is happening. I mean, this is exactly what I've been warning you guys all about anyway. You know, I've been saying this for a long time. Isn't this goddamn nice now? And this is brought to you by Starbucks, where all the girls down there in Camas, I love you. If you never seen me around, I missed you, because I consider you my friends. I don't consider you my lovers. Although I may have thought of a couple of you romantically at times, I will admit the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Why? Because I'm a fucking man. And men let women go first because it's ladies first. Where I come from, ladies. And listen to this attack on Iran right now. It sounds like their communications and stuff's been cut off. It looks like this is being played live. That's why I turned it on. Yeah, this is live, I believe. Iran's communication and financial system military communications been cut off. Israel is not to attack their nuclear, but accidents happen. God Almighty's in control. Here the Iranian leader is addressing his people. Israel's retaliation. You know, it seems like these guys here have been crying wolf a long time. Iran, they're going to develop all this stuff. They've been threatening the world all this time. And by the way, this is all part of this Iranian bullshit. Is no more part of this Republican Party's bullshit. And it's going to end. George Fairhart, just guess what? Maybe God's used you in some strange way for just goddamn hatred. For me to be poured out upon the world, as far as I'm concerned. But as far as I'm concerned, they could wipe your fucking family right off the goddamn face of the earth, because I fucking hate you, George. God damn you. You remember what you did in front of me? The pictures in the Morton's books back in those days, you know, when we were pictured together in the same classroom. The look on your face tells the story of the truth, Mr. Fairhart. You were all a part of this. You should be hung for treason as far as I'm concerned. God uses people in amazing ways. God would like me to forgive everyone, but I don't know how I could forgive you, George. How could I forgive Jerry Wright? How could I forgive my own goddamn mother? How could I even forgive my father? My dad. Not my father. Because my father's my father that's in heaven. My dad. George L. Wright. You know, at the end of it, you may be sitting right there in heaven and smiling at me at the end of the day, the way that my life's turned around. There's the Iranian president.
که البته چیزیشو خواهم خورد. کاشانیم که ایران پوالت نگدنو גם באופן ישיר וגם באמצעות השליחים שלה. ולכן ישראל פועלת נגד איראן והשליחים.
It's getting done, the region with war could spiral and instruct. Oh, so
Mine's
cool.
getting there.
I see some things dropping in Iran. It looks like they have already been under some missile attack. Here's the sirens again. And the reason I'm not getting too many YouTube visitors, I'm sure, is because of the fact that this is going around in the world, and I've isolated myself back here where it's kind of like where God wanted me to be. Now, moving forward, you gotta look at all the things that's been swirling around. You know, I didn't even shave today. I feel like I better shave and come back and add more even tonight. But right now we're in. God dang! Maybe I'll make some popcorn because don't you think I got this Starbucks coffee right here? You see this? I got this Starbucks coffee right here. Woo! Guess what else I've got? Popcorn. Do you doubt me? Do you doubt me? If you don't think I don't have popcorn for this, you're wrong. Not only do I have popcorn, it's a whole thing of popcorn. It's Orville Redenbacher's popcorn. And just because it's in a red label don't mean it's bad, but I'm glad that well, if Orville was here, he'd make a better running mate against for the Republican Party. He'd probably have more sense than anything else. He's got popcorn, for God's sakes. Now, isn't this fun now? I feel relieved a little bit because I'll tell you what, my anger's been so fucking angry that I just find this to be wonderful. The Iranian president's up there and he's trying to tell his people that Jesus Christ, we're going to just stand here and this is what he was saying the other day. We're just going to stand here and act like we're not going to do nothing, like we're just going to sit here. You know what they're going to get? They're going to get fucking blown off the face of the planet as far as I'm concerned. They will be fucking crushed. They should have never done what they've done. And anyway, it's all biblical. I mean, I could just speculate on things because I'm just here with you now. But man, when you anger the Holy Father, you know, I mean, his anger can be just stretched out so far that one must pay. Earthquake, tremors, spark, speculation that Iran has detonated a nuclear bomb lately. I read that a few days ago. I didn't put much into it. Big deal. You know, when the Holy Fathers showed his power to me, I've got notes here that I was going to come and talk to you guys about and show you. These are notes. I mean, I can just say the things. You are no match for me. He's telling me, you know, and he's going to laugh at you. And, you know, when it says, you know, like communications of the computers and stuff has gone AWOL and stuff over there in Iran, I'll tell you what, that could be God Almighty going through the computers and stuff and putting a glitch to it, because I've had my computers toasted. Ernie Toback has taken my computers off into the dump because they were just toasted. I couldn't get into them. They locked me out of my goddamn computers, and I could tell you about half a dozen of them too. Ernie Toback took them away. I told Ernie, I said, I'm under cyber attack in my own fucking motorhomes out there in his yard, which I was. And there's just a lot of things that God can do. God can do anything. So if these people are being attacked and they don't know where the attacks are coming from, I'm just saying, even in 2014, things were happening in that house that I never even told you guys about in the last video. And I'll go ahead, they're looking like there's launching rockets and stuff now. Or I don't know if this is just old footage that they're replaying. They look like they're under cyber attack for what it seems like. It seems like this is right now. But I'll tell you about the 1007 house. I'll tell you, right now, there's evidence in that house that something took place that's there. Susan Donahoe had this little ottoman that was an antique, and she reminded me of this just days ago. And there was another thing that was like, I'm telling you, that the ultimate thing about this ottoman was, it was set in the middle of the floor, and I put it there, with it looked like two wooden things, and it was like it was already built for it, like it was actually like a cage around it, like a bed or something. And I put 2 dolls in it, and I burnt it right there in the middle of that front room of that house. Right there in the middle of that house, right there in the front room of the 1007th house on 7th Street. There's physical evidence that something happened. There was a burn spot in that floor of that house, and Susan Donahoe will tell you about her little antique ottoman that I burnt during this ordeal. I was in there pouring water on this ottoman that was on fire, and I remember pouring water on it out of a thing. It was burning right there. There was smoke in the room. I looked to the right of me by the door, and there was a cop standing there. He had a hat on. He had plastic over the hood of himself, over his hat. I remember the shield, of a plastic over his hat and stuff. There was a police officer right there watching me do this. I goddamn know that this was observation and observed. And I even tell you, even after it happened, all this happened. After this, and Susan Donahoe's been removed from the house. I walked back, and I came back there from the hospital where the cops had where the officer had taken me for observational purposes or something. Boy, I'll tell you what happened in that hospital gave me the fucking creeps, and I wanted to get the fuck out of there. And I ended up walking back, and I experienced the Lord coming in the sky. I seen all this stuff happening around me. I seen lights and bashing and the fire from the sky coming down and explosions happening.
You saw the strikes that Iran launched against us a short time ago. Those strikes were aggressive, but they failed because they weren't accurate. Just as we have been doing until now in the war on all fronts.
Now
whoever attacks us will be hurt and will pay a price. Our attack will be
it's News 18 that's going on over there right now. And during those events that was happening, I witnessed the keys falling out into my lap, and I ultimately, there's so many things that went on during that time. But I'll tell you, the power of God is so fierce. I understand when he says, you are no match for me. I honestly thought I was the Antichrist until I spun that wheel. And my curse was gone. I mean, I was hearing such a high-pierced sound. I felt like I was being inflicted all around me. I could just imagine how Mr. Trump feels. I could just imagine how Mr. Trump feels. His life is in such a goddamn disarray, just like mine was. Now it's him. And it's better him than me as far as I'm goddamn concerned. And then I realized I was the Holy Son, especially when God started communicating with me in such a way. So, beware of what's happening in the Middle East, and this is God's hand that's at control. These guys don't even know what the fuck's going on. They don't even know who the fuck's attacking them. And isn't this goddamn fun now? Like the kiss of death. Like a vapor coming through someone's window. When I go downtown here, I fucking expect to go any place I goddamn want without nobody giving me fucking shit in Camas, Washington. Whether I go to fucking Safeways and buy my goddamn groceries, I want my fucking discount. I've been treated terrible by Safeway. Here and up north, because when I was giving them notes and stuff, the people, and fucking big tips and stuff, and telling them, They were supposed to go back and tell the fucking people, hey, did you know D.B. Cooper's son's there? Do you know that D.B. Cooper's son and the Zodiac is the same person? You know, they should have been goddamn reporting this stuff, because I had to make people go happy-go-lucky, because if they looked around and fucking started body languaging to like Ernie and Bonnie and stuff, if they were looking at watching people come and go, I wanted to keep them on a friendly basis instead of them running off the place in fear. So anyway, the Holy Father's Son is right here. I just want you to know. And for all the people out there that know me, I haven't forgot about you. I didn't remove my love for you. And I'm sure you won't disappoint me either. So anyway, you're going to have to do what you're going to have to do. That's what George Wright told me. George L. Wright told me. The last thing he told me in confidence was, I can't tell you what to do anymore. You're going to have to do what you're going to have to do. And here I am, rock you like a hurricane. And I added the end of the thing in there, but George Wright did say that. And by the way, he tested me one last time on the bed, and boy, my dad did test me. And the Holy Father has tested me as well. And it's nice to be here. And it's nice to see the Holy Father's revenge being pulled out. And nothing will stop it. Absolutely nothing can stop it. For it has been written. So it will be done. And I see explosions and stuff. I don't know if this is going on right now, but I can only hope that it will have great result very soon, and God's chosen people and God's people that He's elected to a higher position will emerge. And you have a nice day, and thank you for your time, and I'll hopefully shave today, and I'll get back with you. And this is actually my diary, so I keep my diary online, and if you like me, hit the like button. If you don't, well, I loved you anyway. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.